Hello and welcome to the Voice of TOD. I'm Tom, and with this one we're going to take a quick look at some new Game of Thrones news. Game of Thrones prequel Dunk and Egg in early development at HBO. This is from The Mirror. I will put a link in the description as usual. I'm a big fan of the Game of Thrones books. I'm a big fan of the TV series up to about season 6, and then it just dives off a cliff with season 7 and 8. It burns away into nothingness. So that's how I feel about Game of Thrones. What about you? But no, Game of Thrones was a huge success regardless of how you feel about it, and HBO obviously want to keep that train running. George is another problem. We'll touch on that in this as well, but let's have a look at the report here. Game of Thrones, could another prequel on the way, according to reports? That doesn't even make sense. I'm guessing that says could another prequel be on the way, according to reports. An adaptation of the Tales of Dunk and Egg, short stories by Geroge R. Martin and set about 100 years before Game of Thrones, is said to be in early development at HBO. Variety reports that HBO is making it a high priority as it seeks to capitalise on the staggering success of Game of Thrones. It will be the second prequel series in development, with House of the Dragon, the story of a civil war within the Targaryen family, slated to hit our screens in 2022. I have no interest in that. I got burned badly with Game of Thrones and Dan and Dave, so I have no interest in any of this, to be fair. But I do want the new book. George, put your finger out. Game of Thrones brought George R. R. Martin's best-selling A Song of Ice and Fire series to the small screen, receiving critical acclaim and a dedicated fandom during its 9-year run. There are currently 3 spin-off Dunk and Egg novellas: The Hedge Knight, The Swan Sword and The Mystery Knight, with Martin expressing hopes to pen more further down the line. Just finish your goddamn book! They tell the tale of Sir Duncan the Tall, a legendary figure mentioned in the original novel series, and his young companion Egg, whose identity is at first shrouded in mystery. Fans should know that the series being in development does not necessarily mean it will actually be made. A Naomi Watts starring series prequel was written, but HBO opted to pass it over in 2019. Yeah, that's probably for the best from everything we heard about that. Well, Game of Thrones remains one of the best loved shows of all time. Its 8th and final season proved diverse, as many fans were left unhappy with its conclusion. You mean its forced ending because Dan and Dave don't know how to write? Daenerys Targaryen's descent into fiery madness, fulfilling her father's cruel legacy, was a particular point of contention. Her end came at the hands of lover and nephew Jon Snow. The show actually wrapped up before the books, with 2 more doorstop novels on the way from Martin. I do not think we will get these books. I don't think Martin has any intention of finishing them, because I don't know. He's made enough money to not have to do anything else. I would read the next book if it ever comes out, and I would probably enjoy it. But for me personally, the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones ruined a hell of a lot of goodwill that I had for the series. This could be interesting. I haven't read any of the Dunk and Egg novellas. I'm not really interested. If the show's good, or if the trailer's good and the synopsis seems interesting, I would probably cover it. But I just think Game of Thrones is a loss right now. HBO obviously needs stuff for their streaming platform. I can't fault them for going down this route. They obviously have a good connection with George. The damage done was huge in my head, and in a lot of people's heads, I think. which is a real shame because there could have been an amazing legacy left. But we will see. We will keep an eye out for more on the Dunk and Egg TV series and House of the Dragon as well. We'll see what happens there. All I want from Game of Thrones is the last 2 books. Now, book 8 I think has maybe a 50-50 chance of happening. I don't think we will get the end with book 9. But we will see. Maybe George can outlive us all and produce many, many great novels. But we will see. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. I'd be very interested to see how people feel about another Game of Thrones series and about the books in general. So let me know below, and I will see you all in the next one.